Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today was the monthly expiry of Feb, and it was quite interesting. It wasn't a very hard expiry to maneuver, but it was quite tricky towards the end, especially where we saw up move followed by an immediate 75-point down move. That being said, today Reliance was the biggest contributor in terms of momentum towards anything, and IT as well towards the end. Quite a big sell-off to manage the index. That being said, we had an overnight position which wasn't very good in the morning because of the big gap that we saw. We had an iron fly which we had to exit and then enter a different position through the intraday mechanism. All that put together, we still managed to return about 4% on our capital, which was a pretty good outcome for the day. It could have been better. We were in quite a good spot prior to the averaging period, but due to the last minute volatility and also a little bit of slippage, we managed to give up some of those gains. That being said, this is all part and parcel of the market, and I think in today's video I've gone over some of the more concepts with respect to options during expiry. I think there should be some good takeaways. Thank you so much for watching and have a great evening. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, very interesting day. Those who couldn't cover their shots yesterday really got trapped today. Of course, if you're positional, you can just carry that forward and work with that. But that being said, big up move on US markets today and Asian markets today up by 1 to 1.5%, and very positive cues globally, which is what has led to this short covering up move. Now that being said, we're now taking a look at what's happening on the open interest side. Lot of put writing and call unwinding, and potentially further up move from here, depending on what happens, because there are still a lot of these calls which are deep in the money. Now that being said, this is definitely not the greatest point to go long. So our position, the first thing we did in the morning is we unwound all of our overnight position, and we re-entered a short straddle at 15,150. Now we will be managing our position from here. There is a good about 92 points in this, and that gives us roughly, we entered at 100, so that gives us about 1550 and 15250 as our range. The OI data is not very clear yet, so once we start getting in more data, we'll start seeing where the market is heading. That being said, we'll keep you posted. Everything is in the positive except for autos and FMCG. Everything else is in the positive, and a big fall off in volatility as well. So the time is 9:46. So we're looking at the OI data currently, and right off the bat, the impression that we're getting is that 15200 still isn't really getting unwound. The kind of unwinding that we've seen on other call strikes, 15200 still seems to be good. 15,000 seems to be completely out of the picture, unless something major happens. 15,000 seems completely out of the picture, and we're actually seeing build up on the 15200 and 15300. So the range that we're currently working with, 1550 on our downside break even with our current position, and 15250 seems to be safe. The 1550 side potentially could be problematic. That's the initial impressions. That being said, right now what is our trade plan? Let's go over it. We have a short straddle position that we have slowly built up over a period of 3 different entries. The reason we did that was any further volatile moves we want to avoid. So right now we are looking at the 15,100 call input. What will happen? Let us say market starts going down. First thing we'll do is we will square off our call, right? We will square off this call and we'll move it to the in the money call of 15,100. If we start heading towards 15,100, we start breaking up with considerable momentum. Now how will we decide the momentum? By looking at what's happening at the stock charts. Then we will move our put in the money to 15,200, and then we will invert our position into an inverted triangle. From there, depending on whether or not we want to give up the reversal risk. From an inverted triangle, if you change position to making a short straddle at the point where you have inverted, then you will be giving up the reversal. Essentially taking more risk, saying that the direction will continue to be in the direction that it has gone. So that is something also that we will consider at some point. So That's the plan for now. We're at 15,150, and if we start breaking down, then we will move our call in the money and then potentially even our put in the money. If we start breaking upwards, we might look at moving our put in the money. But today being expiry, we will have random volatility, so we will look for enough cues to make those changes. So currently the time is almost 10 o'clock, and the position that we are sitting on is exactly the same, and I will keep you posted. Okay, the time is 10:15, and obviously now we're seeing the dip from the highs, right? And let's see what's happening on the OI side. This is how we're looking at it right now. This is how we're interpreting it. The 15,000 put seems very unlikely to reach, least probability of being breached, right? The 15,200 call as well. So the 15,000 and 15,200 strangle has a very high probability of being completely out of the money. Now, after this dip that we're seeing, what is happening on the put side while we're dipping, especially the 15,100 put? The 15,100 put is actually strengthening against this dip, which tries to tell you that yes, market has gone up to get some of the longs out. Potentially market is dipping, but at the same time, the open interest at 15,100 put continues to go up. So if you look at it from the sell side, that means that 15,100 put is very likely to be protected. If you see the same thing at the same time what's happening at 15,100 call during the dip, it's remaining exactly flat. So right now with our position, we are not going to rush into adjusting it as such. So the plan is to go inverted with the calls in case we're breaking down below 15,100. So we need a strong enough cue either from the OI or from the price action to say that it's time to move calls in the money and protect the downside that much more. So until we get that cue, we will continue to hold this position and not do anything. Also, same time update, just want to go over what are the data points we're looking at. We're looking purely at the options prices, what is happening. So if you see it from here, you can look at it from any set, but let's look at it from this 15,150 set. Right now, this call expiring now would be absolutely worthless. That means it has an extrinsic value of 33 points. This put currently has an intrinsic value of 25 points, which means its extrinsic value, the time value associated to it, is 25. If there was more of a downside anticipation, this call technically is right now on intrinsic value is more expensive than this put, right? That being said, even if you look at the 15,100 put, it's trading only at about 29. So with this spread, it sort of tells you that the downside right now that the market foresees is very little, especially considering global cues. Also from a price action sense, what is happening? So Reliance once again has come back to taking resistance at 2,100. It's very likely that the whole day it spends around 2,100. So we're not going to see much momentum from Reliance. Bank Nifty as well looks very likely right now that 37,000 is plus minus is a good expiry spot for Bank Nifty. Nifty IT has gapped up. TCS Infy both strong today, taken resistance around the same thing and might continue to consolidate here and probably look at this as another support zone. It's been a long-term downtrend. Maybe that could have bottomed out because now that cues are once again positive. So far there's nothing indicating momentum on any of the other indices as well. There is nothing indicating momentum. HDFC Bank and Reliance are the top gainers, and they are not indicating momentum. They've gapped up, but they are sideways after the gap up. So right now, these are all the data points that we're following. We're following the OI, we're following what's happening on price action, we're looking at options pricing. And keeping that in mind, the entire day will be a struggle to manage intrinsic and extrinsic value. Time is 10:33. So how are we interpreting this? Basically right now short straddle positions are being built up around 15,150, which is why this you see that but in the overall data there is quite a large amount of open interest still on the call side, which might have been covered by futures. You don't necessarily need to see unwinding of this. The big up move yesterday, these calls could have been covered with futures. So right now Nifty itself, you see, continues to see this increasing open interest of 15,100 put. And how much are they selling it for? They're selling it for 26, 27, 28. So if you see this large up move of people selling for 26, 27, 28, they're really not seeing too much of a downside below 15,100. which is the main reason why we're not moving our calls. Because if we did move our calls right now, we would become delta neutral. Right now we're obviously delta positive. So that's the analogy. Until something really changes there, we won't be making any changes to our position. Bank Nifty as well, stuck on 37,000. So yeah, 37,000 Bank Nifty seeing a lot of short straddles as well. So that's where we are for now. Okay, the time is 11 o'clock, and yeah, so far market has been extremely sideways, but today is an expiry, so we're going to have to be very careful. See slight divergent behavior, see Reliance dips, IT goes up, so basically market is being balanced, market is not moving in any direction, Bank Nifty as well. So that being said, what's happening now on the OI front? So one thing that's happening that's notable from previous time is we are now seeing 15100 call OI increasing, slowly but increasing. And at the same time 15100 put continues to increase. So there's more short straddle positions being built up at 15100 also. So from this data right now, likely expiry spots will be 15150 or 15100. Most of the times people like market to expire around strikes. You will find that more often than not, the market likes to expire around specific strikes. So right now these are the two possible strikes, and we will see what happens through the day. 11:30 update, we're looking at a very sideways market for now, whereas IT is now starting to head towards its opening low. That being said, Bank Nifty, good amount of put build up here. A lot of puts being written to clearly indicate that a big position is there overall in the market, which wants Bank Nifty to expire at 37,000. A lot of call unwinding as well here, and potentially a lot of these in the money calls would be covered with futures. So hypothesis remains Bank Nifty to expire 37,000 and Nifty at 15,150 as highest likelihood. Now that being said, this exact spread with exact break-evens can be achieved if I move this call to 15,100. So, or if you have a 15,100 put and 15,150 call, the break-evens at the point of entry and now also for that matter will be about the same. So let's just see. But the thing is, our payoff curve will be much flatter in that range. Here, since the data is very indicative of these two strikes at this point of time, we are keeping a more sharper payoff curve. That makes sense. So yeah, for now we continue to hold this position, which has about 78 points in it. So yeah, nothing trending as such. So we continue to do what we do. IT is the only thing that is heading back down, but that's being balanced by the rest of the market. Time is 11:30. Okay, we're seeing this down move and breach on 15,100. So what we've done is we've moved our calls to 15,100. We'll see if we hold below 1500 for a while, and then we'll also move down our puts. We're also considering moving our calls down further to 1550 in case there seems to be some kind of big downward momentum. Doesn't seem to be too much at this point of time. IT is now at the day's low. So we're going to wait and watch now and see what we do. Okay, so currently what is our position? This inverted triangle is worth about 104, 105, and this inverted triangle has to have a guaranteed debit of 50. So in terms of extrinsic value, we have about 55, which gives us break even currently from here at 1545, and on the upside 15195. So the plan will be, depending on what the market positioning looks like, currently we're going to hold this because this is going to balance itself quite nicely in its own. It is definitely bullish, but it's going to balance itself quite nicely. If we're willing to give up the upside protection, then we'll move down these puts. That will give us more extrinsic value, but at the same time expose us to some sort of a reversal, because then these calls will start bleeding and there'll be no puts to compensate for the fact that those calls are expanding. So for now, we are going to keep this position and then relook at it. As long as Nifty stays now in the range of 15,100 to 15,150, our decay from here will be about 55 points. So we'll wait and watch. Okay, so the whole market seems to be moving as one. So what we've done is we've now moved down our puts further to now have a straddle around 15100, and the idea will be to now move these calls to 1550 in case these puts continue to expand and we continue to head down further. 1226 update. Basically, we're now seeing a lot of these puts move here and short straddles built up at 15100, right? So market is adjusting. Now let's see what the market is thinking currently. This 1550 call trading at 63 currently has an intrinsic value of 33 and extrinsic value of 30, which means 30 points of time risk has been given to this particular call. Now you see counterparty to that, the 15100 put currently trading at 42 has an intrinsic value of let's say 20, right? And it has less than about 20 points of extrinsic time risk value. So from people who are seeing this, the fear is definitely more on the upside and continues to remain on the upside, even though there is a roughly about 20 to 23% difference in these pricing. That is with the fact that this is 15 points in the money. So currently further downside doesn't look like too much, and meanwhile this continues to trade at 72, 73 and has an intrinsic value of 15 at this point of time. What can we do from here? Let's say market moves. So let's just go over that. If we move these calls in the money, right? If we square this off at 32 and then we sell this, which is trading at 63, 64, that gives us immense downside protection. That protects these puts by an additional 50 points towards the downside, because these calls are in the money. Right now from here it will be about 35 minutes of perfect balancing. While that's the case, if we do that and market reverses from here, we're going to be really messed up, because these are going to expand almost to their delta of 1, whereas these are not going to protect us that much. So for now this position holds good, but the idea will be if we test 1550, then we will move down part of our calls to 1550. If we start heading up and we stay above like 1520, 1530 for a while, then we will move these puts back up and move them in the money to 15150. So that's the plan for now. IT continues to be weak now. It's just like heading back towards yesterday's close. It's just, there's no momentum there. It's just slowly dipping. The gap up is slowly being sold into. Bank Nifty also had a dip of a few hundred points, but nothing notable. So for now, yeah, the expiry at 15100 is starting to look more likely, and this is our risk reward. It's about 72, 73 points in here. So even if you look at it this in isolation, squaring this position off right now is the same as Nifty expiring at 1530 or 15170. In that range, this will give us the exact same M to M anyway. So anyway, there will be further adjustments obviously if Nifty starts to slide, but let us see. Right now it has been a very expiry. Okay, so the thing that we would have disliked the most after giving up our upside protection is this. Now these calls have basically gone up in 30% in a matter of few seconds, because we are now seeing an up move. And the problem today is the market is moving as a whole. The entire market is moving at once, which can be dangerous. So that being said, for now our straddle is only 9 points, 10 points in the money. We're going to wait for 15100 to hold strong before we move our puts in the money, because now we don't want to move our puts in the money and then finally again get reversed to 1, because each time we risk manage, we are also reducing our reward. We are reducing the risk that we're taking, but we're also reducing the reward, and we're bleeding on one side, we're controlling from the other side. We're never compounding onto the view. So that, I mean, if you compound onto the view, that can be very problematic. So these puts have really deflated now. They will not provide too much upside protection for here, but considering spot, this is probably going to readjust slightly if we don't continue to move. This will decay and this will expand if we stay exactly here for now. So because everyone who shorted calls immediately bought it back, and that's why it expanded like that. So now we're going to continue to hold this. We're going to see if we hold above 15100, if it's strong, and then we'll move upwards in the money, but nothing too urgent. And since we're only hardly less than 10 points in the money with the straddle, we're just going to hold on. We'll keep you posted. Time is 12:35. So one more reason why we are not in a big rush to move our puts in the money is, let's look at volumes. So you see this up move and this Reliance, I don't know how many times we got, like, just it's not going to go above 2100 at this point of time. And I mean, it's going to at some point of time, but not right now. And today's expiry, highest open interest around 2100, that's the most likely expiry. HDFC as well. You look at all the volumes. The volumes are not high enough for you to say there's going to be a big drastic up move. The whole market is moving at once and volumes are average. So we don't need to think of too much. So let's look at this in two ways. If you have sold the 15,100 call, you're like the biggest player in the market and you sold the 15,100 call. Now there are two ways in which you can manage that position. One, if it's going against you, you cover it, so you buy more. Or two, you sell into the market itself. And if the volumes are not very high, if the cash volumes are not very high, you can probably consider selling into the market itself. See, right now, gapped up, high volumes is that got sold into. Now, with average volumes picking up slightly, so TCS, Infi, both same, very similar situation. So, right now, that's why we're not in a rush to risk manage our calls, which have expanded quite a bit. So, you see, these calls are 40, these puts are at 26. Let's say we move these puts in the money and we sell these for 53. That balances perfectly. But if we start sliding from there and head back once again below 15,100, then that will be problematic. So we don't want to be in a rush to do that. We will do that when we know that 15,100 is going to hold for sure. So we're now seeing what's happening on the open interest side. 15,100 call is not seeing much unwinding. 15,100 put is also not seeing much unwinding because people continue to hold that position for now. So that being said, since people are holding that position, we are also holding the position. So the time is 12:43. Okay, market somehow, so for a while now, is heavily upside biased. So right now you look at this, just look at this at 15,100 call and 15,150 put. 15,150 put is trading at 37, even though the spot is almost perfectly centered in between the two. But there's a drastic difference, a 30% difference between these two, which shows you the head. So this is same as this 15,100 put trading at 15 versus the 15,150 call trading at 23. It's the same difference. You just have to subtract 50 from each, because the market is heavily upside biased because of this pull that we're seeing. So right now, the reason we're still not changing our puts is because we think Bank Nifty wants to expire at 37,000 and Reliance probably as close to 2,100 as possible. So even if there is too much upside right now, the extrinsic value on the call is almost 25 points, even though it is 30 points in the money. So we're going to hold this position for now. We're not going to sell these puts for super cheap. And regardless, our straddle has only 25 points of intrinsic value and extrinsic value is 67. So, but right now you can tell the market is really biased to the upside. What will happen is that bias will switch instantly if there is something that goes against. Everyone's building longs. The reason there's so much extrinsic value is there's a lot of demand for these calls now. Everyone wants to buy these calls. The moment it starts going against them, they start selling off the calls. We'll see that sort of a situation. For now, our trade is good though, because we still have a majority of extrinsic value. We'll see if we really start heading up, then how we risk manage. One other thing would be to buy the inside call, but I don't want to do that today. Today we'll manage only from the sell side. So we'll keep you posted. The time is almost 1 o'clock, so it's like 12:50. So despite the up move, the black line is nifty. You can see 15,200 call continues to strengthen. So 15,200 seems almost an impossible barrier to cross. With an OI of 6.4 million, people will sell into the market if required. Today's volumes are not heavy enough for it not to be sold into. At the same time, 15,100 put remains flat. We're seeing unwinding at 15,300 because it's being added to 15,200, and the 15,100 call OI continues to increase. OI continuing to increase can always be a tricky thing. It can also be people buying the 15,100 and selling the 15,200. So all those situations are there. So Currently, at this point of time, we continue to hold our position, which has about 66 points left in it, and the time is 1 o'clock. 66 points, out of which 30 points are intrinsic value. So we're still biased towards 15,100 for now. So let's wait and watch. An attempted break on Reliance, which is being balanced by Bank Nifty and IT for now. So once again, Reliance here, not able to get past. Volumes are decent at the onset. Let's see if volumes continue to pick up and if there is some kind of a break there. There's been tremendous unwinding of the 2100 call on Reliance, but generally stock options you will see such unwinding on expiry day because no one wants to take delivery. But all that being said, this Bank Nifty is being sold into, and once again our position remains this. We are definitely biased towards 15,100 for now. So yeah, time is 1 o'clock. Okay, so this Reliance volume is starting to build up, and this might become a problem. One, because my Reliance position delta neutralizes at 2100. I mean, the theta is still really good, but now I'm starting to have a negative this thing on Reliance, which is not very good. The other, so I'll have to move up my puts in that case, but I'm not going to do it on expiry day. We'll in fact wait till next Monday to decide what to do with Reliance. Because right now it's perfectly centered more or less. The other thing is, with this Reliance up move, we are now exposed to Bank Nifty moving back up another 250 points to 37,000, and that will really push Nifty up. If that's the setup, if Reliance breaks out, continues to stay strong, holds on, and Bank Nifty moves up, then we're in trouble. So now if we start seeing an up move from here, we will start moving slowly part of our puts in the money, because as of now we're really well balanced. We have only 6 points of intrinsic value and the rest of it is extrinsic value. This is currently worth 60 points, so about 53 points. Yeah, now Bank Nifty is what we'll have to mainly watch. Bank Nifty starts heading back up, you have to be very careful with these calls. So time is 1:06. Okay, the time is 1:12 and Reliance's volumes are really building up, and we're not expecting too much downside on Bank Nifty from here. And that being said, so Nifty 15,100 seems to be something that's not going to breach as of now, at least. So that being said, what have we done? We have moved up of our overall position about 40% of our puts. We have moved them up now to 15,150. So this creates a strangle here with about 85 points in it, out of which 35 points is extrinsic value in this range. We'll move up the rest of the puts if we continue to hold this exact same position for the next 15 minutes or so. So then we will once again have the same strangle, inverted strangle of 15,100 and 15,150. Okay, so right now the plan will be to forfeit our downside risk and move up the calls if this strength continues, because Reliance volumes are huge and it's really carrying up the thing. We might also have to buy some inside calls on Reliance to balance our positional trade on Reliance, but that can wait for now. What will happen is, if we now head above 15,150 and we're holding above 15,150, now how will that happen? It will happen in one of the few ways. This either continues to go up and Bank Nifty stays sideways, or Bank Nifty now starts heading back up because it's 200 points away from 37,000, and that will really propel us over 15,150, in which case our strangle will become a straddle at 15,150. IT doesn't seem to be doing much and nothing else seems to be doing anything. So for now, that's the plan. If these calls, no matter how much these calls expand till 15,150, they'll be perfectly balanced by the puts. It's not a problem. The problem starts when we head above that, and then we move up our calls, and then if there is a reversal on the downside, we get hit. In fact, we get back to the same position that we started with, the 15,150 straddle, but yeah, what to do? We have to manage the risk. We can't just hold on to it and hope what happens will happen. Okay, while we have a little time, breather. Many people said inverted strangle is better, strangle is better. There's no difference between inverted strangle and strangle. You see this 15100 put, 15150 call is trading with premium of how much? This strangle is trading with 35. This 15150 put and 15100 call. What is it trading with? It's trading at exactly the same premium as this, because there has to be a guarantee, same 35, because there has to be a guaranteed debit of 50 here. Makes no difference. If there is any difference, it's complete arbitrage opportunity. Short one and long the other. Short one strangle and long the other strangle. Whichever one has more premium, you short that one. Whichever has the less premium, you long that one, and you will capture the arbitrage. So that is with respect to inverted strangle. Now, why do we do an inverted strangle? The reason to do inverted strangle is, assume this was 15100 straddle. Now if I want to convert that into a strangle of this range, so the break even will be plus 35, so 1565, and on the upside will be 15185. Let us say that is what you want to now change your position to. You will have to exit the entire straddle, then you will have to sell the 15100 put and sell the 15100 call. The easier thing to do is just square off the put and move it in the money. So that's one step to go to a strangle position versus two steps of exiting both positions and re-entering both positions. Even from a charges perspective or any other perspective and a quickness perspective, all of that makes sense to go inverted. That is the concept behind the inverted strangle. That being said, what's happening with the market now? Reliance is broken out, it's gone to 2130 and it's holding there. Bank Nifty is sideways, everything else is sideways. Nifty is literally just moving because of Reliance now. What is our fear on this position now? Our fear on this position is that we will head up above 15150 and that these calls will expand and these puts won't be able to perfectly balance it. Of course, still 15150 they will more or less, but beyond that it will start becoming a problem. What will we do at that point? And this will mainly come if Bank Nifty starts making an up move, is we will move these calls. We'll get rid of these in the money calls and sell at the money calls at 15150 if we move up above 15150 and hold there for a while. So that's what's happening now. The time is 1:36, basically another 1 hour 24 minutes till averaging starts. We might see randomness right now, so we're going to keep quite a tight hold over our position, but since this is a strangle and not a straddle, it'll be able to manage a little bit more volatility. Okay, time is 1:47. Just taking a look at the OI now. So from this 15200 seems to be the ceiling, and see 15150 put is not seeing a big uptake despite this up move on Nifty. It's just 10 points away from 15150, but 150 call still sees good traction and the OI continues to build on that level. Now, what is our criteria now for changing to short straddle? Basically, going back to our original position, is Bank Nifty. We need Bank Nifty to do something to do that. Like Reliance is moving up, continuing to moving up, now consolidating here. Let's see what happens with Reliance. It goes to like 15150 or something, and then that will definitely take Nifty up. But until Bank Nifty contributes here, there is no way that we'll give up our downside protection. If we move up our calls, our downside protection goes out the window. So we don't want to take that risk, and we will hold on to the current position that we are holding. Now, one more thing to go over. In terms of many people like, okay, if you just held on to your initial position, it would have been great. You could have just had the, like right now, the 15150 straddle is trading at how much? It's trading at something like 60, less than 60, like 58. So that would have been tremendous. You would have captured like 40 points of DK. But here's the problem. If we held on to that position and we were just hoping that the market will expire there, that would be a very bad way of trading. Like what you can do like that, if that's what you want to do, you don't want to actively manage it, create the butterfly and leave it. Create the butterfly and leave it, set a stop loss. Say if this 100-point straddle starts trading at 115, I get out. And if it starts trading at 80, I book my profit and I'm done. So that kind of trading works when that is what you do all the time. My entire concept is at every point I am giving up potential reward. Each time I'm giving up potential reward to flatten my risk in the direction that I feel that there is risk. And try to look at all these data points and arrive at which direction there is risk and what is the potential move. But the idea is not to nail it. The idea, if you nail it, great. If the conviction on the data is good enough where you're able to nail it perfectly, wonderful. But if not, it all comes down to risk reward. It's mostly just capital management. You can't sit on a straddle where one leg is trading at 4 or 5 times the other leg and just say it's going to come here. So that being said, it's about 1 hour 10 minutes till averaging starts, and as far as position build up is looking, it's looking like a 15100 to 15150 sort of expiry, and that strangle currently still has a good amount of 35 points still left in it. It's 37 points left in it to decay. So that's going to be our plan for now. So 2 o'clock update is that we're still holding the range and our position looks exactly the same, so not much difference. Bank Nifty is trading at the day's low. The problem is there are a lot of in the money puts. Now those could be hedged in some way, so you might not see too much unwinding. But let's say you see a big unwinding and those guys are it might lead to a downtick in Bank Nifty, which is of a concern. But apart from that, not much else. Reliance holding on after its up move, so we don't have to be worried about Bank Nifty tumbling yet. So that being said, we continue to hold, and yeah, this seems good. This, for some reason, the extrinsic value isn't going down at all in the past 1 hour. Not much has changed in the intrinsic value of this triangle, so we'll have to be careful. We have stop loss market orders open on both the calls and the puts, so yeah, we continue to hold for now because there's no clear signaling on any move. One more thing to quickly add. So what's going to happen is eventually, and this is a high probability event, the market will take a bias towards either trying to expire at 15100 or at 15150 if this range holds, and so on and so forth. At that point, we will have to try and convert this triangle into a straddle centered around there and keep a very tight stop loss, because that could potentially work out to be very lucrative. So we'll have to wait and watch if that's the case. If that doesn't seem to be the case, then we might hold this exact position, carry it to the end. But until now, we're not seeing bias towards either side, so we are also not going to be biased towards either side. Okay, Reliance kind of big up move now again. Yesterday, the 2100 Reliance call was trading at 2 rupees. Today, it would have multiplied your money 21 times or 22 times. So, yeah, whoever took that trade, good job. What's happening on our triangle front? Now the market is starting to get biased towards 15100, but there is still 45 minutes left to go, and Bank Nifty is not showing any strength from where it is currently, extremely sideways, very close to the day's low. The only thing is Reliance, nothing else happening from anywhere else, just Reliance. So for now, we continue to hold this, and this put still has 28. So if this put becomes worthless, it'll balance quite a bit of damage on this call if we see some big up move. So that's good. The good thing is our downside is also protected. So this is the difference between a short straddle towards expiry versus a strangle. Strangle gives you a lot more ability to work with a larger range. That being said, we also have to roll over this Nifty Feb future to the next month. So we'll be rolling that forward and also selling the March call. We'll be rolling to the April future and selling the March call here. And here we have to roll this Feb future to April as well. We've taken enough put side credit to balance the fact that this call was losing. Of course, it was already balanced by the future, but we've taken quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we'll roll this to April. We'll roll this up to 35,000, and 35,000 has about 520 points of extrinsic value. So if you see this, it has about 520. So our call will be in the money, but it'll be fully balanced by future. And we'll also sell the weekly put. So we'll continue to take put side credit, which is below, just slightly above the call strike that we have sold. So that's the rollover plan. That's what I'm going to be doing. But right now, at least our main focus is on the intraday trade, and yeah, we don't want to divert from there. Okay, there's about 10 minutes left for averaging, and right now our stop losses on the triangle itself is worth about 25 points, and our stop losses are at 41, 42, 43. So we're going to bring these down to 31, 32, 33 and keep trailing closer. Buying this back is like paying 25 points for this triangle right now, so we won't do it right away. We will try to get as much of it as we can. Okay, 9 minutes to go for averaging. Question is, why are we still holding this? The thing is, right now we are risking how many points? If our stop loss hits on this, which is now set to 31, 32, 33, we will be spending 33 points, but we can almost always assume that this will be captured. What we'll do is, if the stop loss hits on 15,150, then we will potentially sell the 15,100 put, which together will effectively help us capture more than that stop loss value of 31. So that's the plan. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're starting to slide now. Reliance dipped 10 points, Bank Nifty as well dipping 36,650. Right now we don't really care much about the EOI. We don't care about anything except the fact that what is the value of this triangle, what is our stop loss at. That's all. We've captured a good amount of points today. So 25 points on the table. We are putting another 6-7 points potentially on the table. So we will take that 25 to 5-6, and averaging is going to start, which means whichever one is out the money is going to start crashing like anything. So that's where we are. Okay, we're 10 minutes into averaging. A bunch of stuff happened, but basically our stop losses on the put side hit and it exited at quite a bad price. We moved down our calls and moved down and re-entered the put side, because now the way average is looking is 15,100 on the spot. Currently there's 10 points in this, and our stop losses here are basically this side very unlikely to hit, but 16, 17 and 20. So yeah, it's a 1:1 with stop loss and target, and we are just waiting into the averaging period because one of these has to become 0, and so far the average should be very, very close to 15,100. Okay, so we're spending little time above 15,100, little time below. There's about 4 points left in this, and our stop losses are at 9 and 10. We're going to now bring it down to 5 and 6. So yeah, that's about it. 5 points, and we will put 5 itself as our stop loss. So speaking of which, on the put side we might be hitting those. IT is getting smashed towards the end, so let us see. Okay, pretty intense day. The whole day was quite mum. But last moment our risk got too concentrated here. This up move really took us a little bit off guard. We had to risk manage the call side, and then of course we had this 70-point down move. These things happen on expiries. We should just be happy that we ended up in gains for the day. So here, once we got stopped out, we didn't really re-enter. We didn't want to do much else. So yeah, we bought back the calls for 25 pice, which is good enough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had some takeaways from this. I think today also goes to show that trading the last few minutes of the expiry can be extremely tricky and can go either way. But that being said, it all comes down to how you define your risk reward and what works for you consistently. Okay, so finally we got pushed out of our positions around 325, and it wasn't so bad. We basically purchased back the call for 25 pice, and we purchased back the put for 270 roughly average. So we bought back the straddle for 2 rupees, 3 rupees you can say, more or less. Now what has been our day? Well, overall on this account, just the intraday positions, we have made about 3.5 lakhs, and on the other account, intraday positions, we have made 1,62,000. Here, once we got stop loss out on the puts, we didn't really re-enter. So that being said, we had an overnight position. So net for the day, we're actually up about 350. Of course, I'm not considering the Bank Nifty because we have rolled forward that position, so we can't consider that, and I'm not considering the Nifty future here as well. So that being said, I hope you had some good takeaways from today. It was a pretty intense day. There was a point where we were sitting at almost about 50 points that we had captured. We tried to get an additional 25, and that didn't work out, but we've taken about 30 points home, and that should be good enough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had some good takeaways. Have a great evening.
Thank you for watching. Please post any questions you have in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. To find us on Twitter, Telegram and Facebook, use the username NiftyBN. Also, we post some of our trades to the community tab. So do not forget to check that from time to time.